Hello, garden bees. Just waking up and enjoying a cup of coffee this morning. Do you guys hear that? It sounds like a truck. What? So my spouse just informed me that he got me topsoil. Yep, I'm spoiled. Yay! I'll actually have a real garden. Oh, I can't wait now. I was planning on doing some work in the garden today, and now I actually get to put soil in it. I started so many seeds this year hoping for an actual garden, and it just kept falling apart and falling apart and falling apart, and I can actually see it now. I can see the garden. We're going to be tomato and pepper rich. I can't wait. Okay, so we're outside, and I'm going to try the construction paper thing again. It should work this time because now we'll have dirt to actually put on top of it. I'm hoping it will prevent some of the weeds from coming through. I've heard that tilling, which removing the grass like we did could be considered somewhat tilling, can actually cause more weeds than a no-till garden, and that's why a no-till garden is actually better. I just didn't think we could get around that this year because I needed that grass to be gone. I know it kind of seems like a waste because I've talked about this before, that this isn't going to be my permanent garden, but I do plan on utilizing this space in the future for grapes and raspberries and things like that I don't necessarily want in my permanent garden because either they're thorny or like raspberries spread, and I just don't want to deal with that in the garden. I don't want to have to fight that. I'm already having to fight wild blackberry thorny bushes over there, and I don't want to have to fight that in my permanent garden. And then grapes, aesthetically, I don't think grapes would look good in my permanent garden. That's why I think I want them over here. So anyways, got off on a tangent. I am going to be utilizing this area in the future, so all the effort that we are putting into this garden this year will be worth it and will pay off later on. Had just enough paper to get this area done. The garden is measuring about 20 by 25 square feet. It's off in some places, but I can work with that. So even though it's the exact same size for the most part as the one I had planned out before, I probably am going to go in and redesign and replan because seeing it now, like, I have new ideas in my head and new things that I want to try to create. So I'll be definitely working on that tonight, just playing in my planter app. It will change still though, because it always does. Once I actually get out here and start working in the dirt, I just feel where I want the plants to be, and I can see it so much clearer in my head when I'm out there. So I like to plan it to at least give me a general idea, but once I'm out here, it all goes out the window and I just start planting. The soil is so dark. We actually had a truckload of this soil last year for something else, and I used just a very light layer on the grass and clay dirt for my garden, which was my first attempt at gardening ever. And my veggies actually grew. I killed everything, and somehow they came back with no help whatsoever as far as fertilizers, good dirt, nothing. And I'm pretty sure I overwatered a lot last year. I watered every day. Don't think that was needed. But either way, the only things that didn't grow were the watermelons and cucumbers. As of right now, there is no projected freezes or hard freezes for the rest of the year. Knock on wood. I'm going to jinx myself. I am going to wait to plant most of my stuff, but I do have some seeds like my sunflowers and beans that I think would be safe to go ahead and get in the ground and get started because I didn't get to start them from seed last week as I had planned. So they should be fine starting from seed out here in the garden. I am seeing now where I need to create slopes in the garden thanks to the rain, and where I need to fill in with the excess dirt because of where the water is pooling. So I promised Ty a garden of his own this year too, and I saw this cute idea on Pinterest where someone did it in a monster truck tire, and we have a whole bunch of tires on this property. George actually moved one of the tires over that me and Ty had found while we were out exploring one day. We actually have a video of that. I will link it at the end of this one. Ty is super excited to have his own area that he can grow in. I'm hoping it will help him build some independence from us doing things for him. My plan is to show him what he needs to do in my garden and then let him give it a try in his own garden. We'll see how it goes. The garden is looking more and more like a blank canvas that is ready for its plants. I really just want to make it a place I want to be and that brings me joy. I have so many ideas of what and how I want to plant. Hopefully I don't get too overwhelmed and delay planting because I want it to be perfect. This happens. Real life struggles. Anyone else out there? So leveling this dirt is a bit harder than I thought. I think I'm going to take a break real quick. Ty wants to practice some baseball. He's been doing so good this year. He really wants to win too. Well guys, I'm going to go finish leveling out this dirt. Until next time, I hope you get to grow and do something you love.